live so fast. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hey, Arrow, you want to say good evening? He know he on camera. He know we cammed up, but he's just chilling. Um, I'm chilling. We chilling. I decided to go live tonight because it's been a while, and I was sitting here looking at the camera like, should I? I'm gonna let you know now. This is not nothing perfect. It's just kicking it because I feel inspired to show up for real. But it's just been a lot still happening, and what? I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Arrow has definitely been wrestling with some things as well. Do you want to talk about what you've been wrestling with? Because last night, let me tell you, I'm upstairs. I'm in my bed and I'm chilling. I'm like scrolling and the lights out. Arrow is down here. I lock him out of my room because he is bad as hell. Like he will come in my room, climb in the curtains, all types of shit. And I'm like, you know what? Just get out. So I had my room door shut and I'm scrolling. So I can hear like everything that's coming out of my phone like is close to my head, my ear, right? But I just kept hearing like, "Mommy, I'm hungry. I want to eat," like in my voice. So I didn't know exactly what was being said. I just kept hearing it like over and over and over. I'm like, what in the world? So then that's when I paused my phone because I'm like, I hear something coming from downstairs. And it just then I'm hearing, "Mommy, I'm hungry. I want to eat," in my voice. Excuse me. Mind you, we got these buttons, right? We got these buttons and they was under the couch. The red one is over there in front of in front of the trash can back here. You see where this black trash can at? It's in front of the trash can. And I don't know if he was kept stepping on it over and over, but the batteries is not even working. And when I told my daughter, like I kept it was loud enough where I heard it over my scrolling. And she was like, "Man, them buttons don't work." I don't know how they don't work because it was coming through clear as day. So Arrow, do you want to talk about that? What was you down here with wrestling with last night? Who kept pressing a button saying I want to eat? Hmm? I think that he has a lot of explaining to do, and this is the reason why we can't talk to our animals. Like, I really feel like that. Like, I feel like we should be able to communicate with everything that has a consciousness. And for real, that's like a whole lot of information that we just don't know. I think it would be interesting to know what our animals think. But this topic has been coming up like lately. Cause this one creator, she like doing animal readings on cats. And I already knew just from the characteristics of each of my animals that if they were able to speak, they wouldn't be so nice. You know, as nice as we think, we like, oh, they so cute. And then they hit like, this, get this bitch out my face. Like animals are cold blooded, okay? So it would just be interesting to be able to talk to these animals and be like, what y'all think? But y'all gotta keep in mind, especially when it's like pets, they see everything we do, everything. And they internalize it. And they kind of like probably make up their mind of who you are just by looking at you and whatever senses they also put together. So it's really, really, really interesting. I love my animals and I get really close to them so I can know them, like, know their personalities. But this is an interesting one right here. He is like a baby. As you can see, he camps out. But so what I've been up to, I have been on a not a weight loss journey, but like a body transformation journey. And I started to do this because, things just started to be at a standstill. I took my media, and at first I was just going to go for a month, but then it was like the extra months just felt so good and refreshing. Not to say I'm coming back consistently now, but it's just a possibility, I'm just showing up, testing the waters of um, my new approach. And, since the last time it's been so much drama on my social media, I just want to come back fresh thought. And, you know, so the body transformation journey is different from a weight loss journey because weight loss, you just want to lose weight. You don't give a hell, like, you just want to get the weight up off you, like, right? For body transformation, it's more like a targeted workout. And it's crazy because I really don't put a lot of effort into it. I just make sure that I work out consistently. Um, and honestly, when I start to sweat, I be like, it's time to cut it. It's time to cut it. So I sit down, take a break, do it again. Um, so I'll work to like sweating point and then I just stop. But the body transformation is more like a targeted workout, like targeted workouts that you choose in order to change the shape of your body. So, like my arms was one of the biggest things, and they went down a lot. I showed a picture on my TikTok how big they was like boom, like this. They even look big now that I look at it, but I could feel the difference. Like I know my shoulders, it goes down more. It don't come out in a little hump like it used to. So I know it's coming down. I just have to get better with taking the pictures to see my results, right? For myself because I can feel it, but I kind of see it. I think other people would probably see it a lot more on me, but I did see like a difference up here with my bone structure and stuff like that. It's coming in the muscles and everything. So um, I will give y'all like as I start to like appear more on social media or on this YouTube, I give y'all like a sneak peek or whatever. And maybe I can help a couple of you guys out if you want to do what I'm doing. But I always was into like targeted exercise because I don't know. I feel like, I have an idea in mind of how I want my body to look. And losing weight doesn't always guarantee a nice shape. So, and then especially if you have extra skin. So this is going to be a test because I remember having this conversation on social media, and and it was about does arm flab go away? Okay, does arm flab go away? Does it turn into extra skin? And can you get rid of that extra skin by working out, by developing muscle mass so that it'll take up the extra skin? So this is going to be a test here. I know I have definitely reduced in my arm size. So when it's time to start building a muscle and everything, it's going to be interesting to see just how much skin is left and if it is possible to be able to like not bulk up but replace the fat with muscle, and hopefully the density of the muscle can like fill in where the fat used to be. For a man, I feel like this could be easier accomplished or somebody that wants to bulk up, but for somebody that's just trying to get in shape, tone up, um, you know and lift a couple things and snatch a couple things by exercising, I'm not sure. Like I'm on the fence. So I was a very strong advocate for working out versus getting I think it was like liposuction or like an arm reduction or whatever. I was a really, really big advocate for that. So at the end of this journey, that is going to be one thing that I can answer honestly, just through my results. Now, everybody's body is different, everybody's skin is different, and keeping in mind the length of time that I've been on this earth, um, they say that your skin start to drag, and I do see differences in my skin, especially like on my face and stuff like that, my hands and my feet, definitely. So I feel like whatever you used to do or put into your body as a youth, as a kid, as a baby, start doing that now. I mean, of course, you can't do mother's milk, but the water, the fruits and vegetables, the things that's going to hydrate you and go into your system the best way. So I feel like that diet within itself as a baby carried out through probably our childhood. Once we got into school and started eating that nasty food and everything else, junk, then that gave us acne and everything else, and we gained weight, some of us. But hey, we here now. I don't know if you guys have been on this earth as long as I have, but it doesn't matter because you can still accomplish the same shit, okay? And that's what I remember back in the day. I used to, I started working out, but I wish I would have started like young. And I used to have like a really, really flat butt. And I could have put more effort into it. I used to get teased, and I guess that didn't really matter to me much, right? But then I remember Buffy the Body came out, and she grew her butt naturally. It looked a little hard, but and that might have been because she was slim, but she grew it naturally through doing these exercises, and I knew that that could be accomplished. Now, I did not try to do any butt gaining exercises until I got into my 20s, and then I got like this pass to the YMCA. Then it got real. I'm like, okay, I can see what I'm doing. But then I was just like fixated on my lower half, and the top half is just normal. So this time I'm like, you know what? For once in my life, I need to do this whole total package, this whole total thing. And, I'm going to do it my way, my pace. And I know the diet is definitely supposed to be the most important thing when you exercising and trying to change, but I'm also doing that slowly but surely too, because food is not that good anymore, let's be honest. And it's easier to just be like, fuck the food, fuck it. Like tonight, I had some cream of wheat and I was good. Earlier I had some salmon, some string beans, and some yam casserole. And I'm like, I'll eat that tomorrow on my extra plate. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to use what I got to get what I want in a way, or use what I don't have to get what I want too. Not to mention, summer sucks. This whole summer sucks. Summer sucked. It was like hot as fuck. It was prehistorically hot. Like, and if it wasn't hot, it was raining. And if it wasn't raining, something catastrophic was going on. And if it wasn't something catastrophic, I meant, then it was something sad. And if it wasn't something sad, then like, God, I can't get a break. And apparently nobody else could. It was so many deaths on the news, just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. And it's like, it put me in a space like, yo, whoever you are that's threatening this country or whatever, like, whatever, you gotta just bomb this shit away. You know, everybody probably don't feel like it, but I know everybody just start taking things seriously because it's things that we could do to change. And I feel like every time we go back into school is always like some threatening things that's happening that could compromise the children while they are away from us. And I'm like, I'm not with that shit. I'm not with it. And then you got these crazy people that's just staff at the schools and faculty and stuff like that. The little girl with her arm in a bus door. Like, not everything is worth a settlement. You know, people like sue. I mean, okay, you could get some monetary gain, and that's if these people don't switcheroo and concoct the story up like they did for me and my son Sean Lee Fortune, which I'm sorry for him, but a lot of things is like priceless. Like, I would rather have my son back here with us in his house, in his room, than any amount of money. I miss my son. Is not going away. He deserved to be here. He was young. He deserved to have a life and bring life into this world. And you know, for those reasons that we neglect to stand up for each other, we continue to get robbed. Our children continue to suffer, you know, and it's because of bullheaded adults. But the big picture in this all is that the Most High don't give us things that we can't handle and bear. And for some reason, I had to go through this losing my son. And not only, you know, I'm selfish because I think about myself, but my daughter had to lose her brother, and my son had to lose his life. You know, it's just something that is crazy. Like, I still haven't found any information that made me feel good about, oh, you're going to see him again. You know, that's why I need us to break out of those things that we tell each other just to cope when somebody pass away. Like, we gotta really find out what happens and be there for each other in a way that is truly authentic. I think we so used to like passing down things that we heard before, you know, and it gets dry. Like, inquiring minds want to know deeper things. So I'm one of those people, and losing my son definitely opened up my mind a lot. It's a lot of things that I see, you know, that's happening with other creators and stuff. Like, they are breaking the cycles that we've been in for centuries, breaking the cycles. And I'm happy to see it because once one person does it now, America is definitely lazy. So I don't know how many more people gonna be out there like the guy that walked from Philly to Cali, or the lady that sailed from went from like California to Hawaii. Like, I don't know how many more people is gonna be out there like that. But at the end of the day, um, it was definitely record breaking and good to see. It's good to for people's minds to expand to see, like, break the illusion of you having to stay in the system of a 9 to 5 or a regular get up and do housework type thing. Like, it's people living in RVs. I want to do that. Like, I want to get an RV and I want to just travel in my RV. That'll be dope. And just see the world. See at least the United States. What happened? Reconnecting. Yeah, I lost my signal. He looked at me like, But yeah, that is will be so dope. So dope, y'all. If I'm acting like I got a lot of people in my chat. If you would ever do an RV lifestyle, you and a couple of people, like you could pick your team. Like, would you do an RV life and travel the world? That would be dope as fuck. Not travel the world, but the United States. Of course, you can't travel the world in an RV, but the United States. Would you do like a big grand road trip? If you would, leave it in the chat because I'm telling you, that would be so dope. Mm, mm, mm. When you think of dreams, that's what you have to bring to reality. That's living life. Like, I have been so bored with the everyday routine. I'm like so freaking bored with the everyday routine that I'm just looking for something crazy. Like, I was in New York and I was like, before I leave, I want to see an alien or something. Like, just something crazy, right? I did see a whole bunch of Argentinians, I think, or they was either like from France or Argentina, maybe. It was so deep down there. Like, they had the games, like the soccer games down there, and everybody had the messy shirts, the jerseys on in the blue. And I mean, I said something to one of the guys, and I think that was his mom, and he was like showing me the thing on the clock, and I looked up and I lost everybody I was with. Like, I lost them. I could not see them for inches. I mean, feet. Like, it was so, looking down, it was so thick with people. I'm like, oh my, this is the, I mean, New York is definitely always crowded in the city, but it has never been that condensed when I've been down there. Let me see. I think it was another festival, and it still was. It was like being in another country. They turned New York into looking like being in another country downtown. But it was an experience, and it was like, okay, always a good thing to have, because I never travel with like a battery pack, and after a certain time my phone is like, so I have to get a battery pack. I have to get something for my phone because it's always fucking dying. Like, fuck you, screw you, Samsung. I don't understand how that happens. And then not only that, if I wasn't using the laptop computer to charge my phone, I would have had to freaking buy a charger like 30 times this year already. And this is only what, the seventh, eighth month? 30 times. And I know with iPhones it gets worse because my daughter is always like, "Mom, I need to go get a charger." And she started buying her own because it's like, okay, what are you eating them? Ridiculous. So yeah, I feel like somebody should come out with a strong, like a TV cord for a cell phone. Everything's so cute and compact now. Screw that shit. I don't give a hell. Like, I used to go to the library with the big freaking laptop computer with the big block in the middle and wrap them around and plug my cell phone up. And you're damn right, because that shit was never a shortage and it charged fast. That's all I asked for. But these regular old chargers, I don't know what type of wires they putting in them, but it's crazy. Like, I'm about to design my own damn charger. Now, when I was a kid one time, I had my own phone in my room. I was 12. And I used to be up on the phone at night. Like, yo, I was on the chat lines. The Oreo, if you from Baltimore, you remember the Baltimore Oreo line. When ASL, age, sex, location, was like the pickup line or whatever. Yeah, so anyway. I used to be on the phone, like talking to people all night. I was real popular in middle school. Used to be up all night. I'd be laughing and everything. And my mother was like, "No, you gotta. I'm gonna cut the phone." She came in the hallway, cut the damn phone line in the hallway. Like, true. My ass went up there one time and took the wires and connected them bitches, twisted them together, and my phone was back on. When I tell you, I'm like, I didn't know shit about it, but that was what my instinct told me to do, and I fixed it. So if I could do that back then, just imagine what I can do now when my instinct is telling me like, yes, come out with this. And I ain't telling y'all all of it either, all the details about it, because I don't need nobody swagger jacking, taking my shit. You know how y'all be. Now I want to know. It's crazy because I had this fly in my house for like 10 days. I had company, and my daughter had a whole bunch of people just in and out my house. So thank God, like I'm just free of people like roaming through my house. Okay, and the fly, they let a fly in, and this fly has been nothing but monitoring. Like there has been no food down here, and I will go up to my room. It's no food in my room. I don't eat in my room. There's nothing to follow me for. And this fly is in my room. Like I'm looking, scrolling on my phone. The fly is on me. Like what the fuck? Like you're not in the trash? At least like what are you looking for, sir? Her or whatever the fuck you are. It's ridiculous. And that's what makes me feel like flies is definitely monitoring spirits. And then to cap it off, I get on X like recently, and it was a guy that made a post like, I just heard that well, I just heard that when flies in your house is monitoring spirits. And somebody was like, or you just left the screen open. Nah, nigga. That's a different fly. That fly be all over whatever you get ready to put in your mouth, all over the food. That fly is looking for that. I believe since it is different types of flies, somebody can either evoke a monitoring spirit by putting the spirit into a fly through magic, or maybe it is like just a specific fly that just does that shit. Because I'm telling you, like this fly act like it can see what's on my cell phone. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I don't have no food residue on it or anything. But that's how it is. So that was when that happened for me. I always look at that as like confirmation. That's confirmation to me that a motherfucker being nosy. And who is it? So, if you ever have that, always follow your gut. If you feel like that fly monitoring spirit is not all over your food, this, that, or the other, and it's all in your face, all in, like, yeah, the fly, and it's crazy because the flies before they used to make it sound like, all, I hate that, like, going by my ear. I don't even hear the burn. I don't. I don't hear no burn. I'm like, you know what? This bitch is really going back telling some shit to somebody. It's probably got a recorder in it. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works for real. Because for me, I don't care enough to monitor a motherfucker. You feel me? Now, what's so crazy is also this too that I just found out. So, and I'm glad, this is exactly why I scroll a lot, because a lot of stuff comes up through information. So the big booty pics, right? So let's say you post something on in your story or whatever. It really happened to me in my story, but the girl was saying it happened to her with some other post or whatever. And when you see the sex models, a lot of the time they be white girls, naked models, or it do be like sometimes big booty black girls, whatever, like, and then they just check your story out, and then you go to their page, and it'll be like 18 over blah blah blah. Never clicks it. I just be like, who the fuck? What? How did they even find me? Because it be like, as soon as I post, they looking. So the girl was like, when that happens, it is somebody that is using this website to like that know you, that's spying on you. They is spying on you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is creepy as fuck. Because, yo, I know when I was going regular on YouTube and I used to do the weekend recaps, I'm still going to get back to that because that shit used to be fun for me. I don't know about for y'all, but it was fun for me. Only thing I didn't like is the copyright and shit. Like, these artists be wanting their coin. I get it, but whatever. Like, if it wasn't on my video, some of these times we be helping the artists Cause I know like a few songs y'all wasn't probably listening to that, but it was definitely on the playlist on the weekend recap. So I be putting y'all on sometimes, and I'm gonna give myself props. Thank you. But somebody was looking at me up from DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. They wasn't even looking at me from a Google browser. Like they didn't want me to see where they was from, like their statistics, the analytics that show like the demographics and all of that. They was motherfucking looking at me off a DuckDuck motherfucking go. I'm like, y'all going through the most. Like who does that? I don't know, but I know some people get a little corny and weird. Different. I mean, some people get corny, and then some people get weird. I've never met a corny weird, but oh yes, you know what? Weird can be corny. It can be like cheesy and kind of funny, but this is like weird, like stalker, like you. The topic is like the highlight of somebody's life to be like, doing that kind of stuff. Because if you taking the time to do that, that apparently you talking about somebody, and that's so crazy. Whether it be good or bad, instead of just directly approaching a person. Like I can't doing spine makes me nervous. Like I would rather be a straight up motherfucker than sitting up there spine. So when she said that, I'm like, yo, it be like three motherfuckers every time I post, three different pages, a lot of pages like that. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know what site that is, but and she was like, it just show up as like one of those um sex girls or whatever you want to call them, and it shows up like that. So I don't know. I don't know if it give you a shit a virus if you click on it. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of it being that way for, because it could just literally set up as a blank Instagram with a with the Lord serial number on it. But no, y'all want to be doing that. It's weird, but and so yeah, I hope I put y'all on with that. And hopefully this live don't pick up on the music that my daughter is playing upstairs, because that's the last thing I need. Don't be coming for my lives. I'm gonna have to go and chop it out. And I did not even know you can edit these. I might edit mine later. I might go back and like edit all of them. I don't know. But a girl been learning. I've been earning. And just stand back out the way. Like, I need everybody to see for themselves certain things. And I feel like with me showing up, and I really like, I'm trying to play my own game, but it's like with the interference that was happening, I had to step back and allow people to really see for themselves, like whatever the fuck they was trying to see. I don't know. But for me, when it's time to rest, and everything in my environment was setting up for me to like rest from everything, like just from everything, man. Going places, um, and sometimes I didn't even have money, um, being on social media, having privacy, like sometimes. And then I found out like you can't save everybody. And that's so crazy. Like people will come to you to help when they feel like you in agreeing about the real reason why they need the help. And for me, like when it comes to certain people, I will extend my help. I will. And then when I get my heart involved in it, oh baby, I'm helping. I'm going all the way. And I did that for somebody this summer. And it just turned out to backfire. It was so crazy because it's like, what the fuck? How can you turn on somebody that was truly having your back? Like, truly, 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 truly. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's a lesson for that person to see, not for me. because I've never really attached myself to a situation to be like it's a permanent thing. Even though I think about these things being longevity, but for a person that's sick in the mind and that can't take accountability and that just kind of like almost damaged, like unless it's in them to change, it's just like a man. The motherfuckers ain't gonna change. And the crazy thing is, they get mad at the people that help them, and that's the weird part to me. It's like I'm not the one that put you in a situation that had you coming to me for help. So how the fuck you gonna be switching up on me like that? You switching like. But I was allowed to see a lot of things. That was just something for me to see in people. People can put on a mask, and I already knew that. But I guess I needed a refresher, a reminder of that, of people who smile in your face and do this, and that. But also, one of the things that I hate that I've experienced this summer is being, I forgot what it's called because I Googled it, but girls, some of y'all probably do this, and others, y'all probably got it done too. So let's say you standing in a circle, with people, and y'all all talking, and somebody in a circle. I don't know if this happened to men too, but somebody, it's probably like feminine energy. Somebody in a circle, like, I don't know, I guess want you to feel left out or whatever. So they will close the circle and turning that back on you. So it kind of pushes you out the circle naturally. Next thing you know, you looking at the back of their head, like whatever that move is. I'm noticing that, like, and I'm just noticing a lot of different body languages in people, and that one was like something that I haven't experienced in a while. But I'm like, wow. And I will go in deep with that, but hey, just at its basic, it was a feminine type of thing. And then I noticed the person looking in my face and stuff like that when I was like not looking or in my phone. Crazy little stuff. So it's like some, I don't know, movie type shit. But people really be on that type stuff nowadays, and I'm an observant person, so I just watch people and see people for who they are. Because, and I do not sit up there and make excuses for people, because it's a different time. And I be telling my daughter that, like, this is a different time. It's not like when we was young. Like, we used to just be out there. We could go far away from home, walk in. We could go play in the creek, come back, skip rocks, all that kind of stuff. Now you got predators, you got all types of shit. And it's because America changed. That's it. America has changed. I be thinking about going live overnight, like taking you upstairs, going to sleep. But then I always think about some weird shit. Like, first of all, it be some weird people on YouTube, judging by the comments that I received previously in my YouTube thing. I don't know, career, I don't know, whatever, right? Um, so going to sleep, I don't want nobody, ugh, mm-mm, you know, and and also spiritually, I don't know what people be doing. Like, I don't want nobody watching me sleep in my room. Some spiritual Harry Potter shit somebody want to be doing. Like, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm protected, but still, it's like I just don't. This girl was saying on her live, she had went to sleep and she wound up having like this dream about somebody that she never knew, but it was a real person, and the person had passed away. And I'm like, it's a story out there about this person. So I'm like, wow, that's deep. and you never know why she had that. It could be because just falling asleep on live. And the thing that really, really like kind of pushes that to the edge for me is something that I heard about falling asleep, like with the internet connect, or like falling asleep with like a program on. So let's say like you fell asleep with TikTok on, or um, a video watching on Facebook or some shit, right? And how somehow the shit can merge with your brain or your dreams or something like that. It can get in your dreams and your head. It's some shit weird. I don't know. But that to me, I can kind of like understand it because it's like you have an outer body experience when you sleep. You dream. Like you come up out that body. And who knows what can happen. Like the phone is a black mirror. You watching, basically scrying with your phone, and fell asleep on it. So ain't no telling. I don't know, but don't get my imagination to start going. But I did give you all 40 minutes, 41 minutes, and I do want to. Oh. See, I'm just getting to use this thing. Okay, whatever. All right, so that's a wrap, y'all. I was going to stand up and talk, but it's just not getting it right. So that's a wrap. I will see y'all the next time I go live. I hope you enjoy talking with me. Bye.